when I saw on the calendar that Teacher Appreciation Week was coming, I definitely reflected back to my time when I was being a teacher, and I kind of realized, I'm like, I don't remember the last time I saw like teacher discounts and like free massage. Like, where's the stuff? You know what I mean? It used to be really nice back in the day, and I feel like that kind of reeled it back too much. I said, well, what do I have to offer to tell teachers how much I appreciate them? And this is it. And so, aside from the music, we do have a little raffle. Make sure you put your name in. Did you put your name in? Okay. But we got your name in there. I'm going to pull it about 4 times, so there's a 50-50 chance, you know what I'm saying, that you could get a little something of your choice from the merch table over there. You got CDs, you have T-shirts, you have fragrances. Okay? So, but I am a singer-songwriter and also storyteller. So that's really important for today, because we're not just going to breeze through some songs, but we're going to really connect on what it means to do what we do, because I still consider myself an educator in many ways. And I'm a product of Norfolk. I'm a product of Virginia. Exactly. And I remember when I was joking earlier, I said my husband, he just graduated with his master's from Norfolk State. He got his master's in mental health, and I said to myself, I'm like, now I have to have an excuse or reason to study here so I can just be like, behold, you know what I mean? And, but I went to Virginia Wesleyan College, turned Virginia Wesleyan University, soon to be Baton University, okay? And so I remember I was working there at the little hub. It was like a little information desk. And recently, there was a tragedy that happened on campus. And because of that tragedy, we had some increased police presence. And so I was working the late shift, right? It was probably, 11, 12, midnight, whatever. And there was a police officer who was going, and he was doing his rounds. And so, of course, with it being late, the building was pretty empty, so he stops by and we get chit-chatting. And at some point, I tell him, I'm like, yeah, I grew up at Oakmount North. And he said, really? I said, yeah. And in my mind, that was life. That was what I knew. And he said, well, I used to patrol out there. And he was like, it really is. He said, it really made my day to meet someone from there who you made it out and you're doing so well. And as a student, you're so submersed in your world, you don't know how bad it is or how, And when I think about what Yellow is all about and the kids that we get to reach, when I think about my time as a teacher at Booker T at Lake Taylor High School, and my interaction with kids on a regular basis, a lot of them really don't know. They don't know what they're in. They don't know who they could be. But I tell you what, the reason why I was there at Virginia Wesleyan that night was because of my teachers. Had a counselor at Norview. Her roommate worked at Virginia Wesleyan, and while I was just applying for colleges and trying to figure out, she's like, I'll get you in. And she opened the door and streamlined for me an opportunity that I didn't really see coming. I remember Virginia Wesleyan hosting us for the leadership camp, right? And here Norfolk State is, right, hosting Yellow. So I look at all these pieces that we put together, and in the moment, we're just seeing one step at a time, but we don't see 20, 30, 40 years later when it's like, wow, that really made my day to see that someone made it out. And so we're going to get started with a little song I wrote, because when we talk about coming from the 757, there's a little popular phrase that they use, something in the water, right? By a pretty popular person y'all might be familiar with. Shout out to Pharrell. And I wrote this song to celebrate being that Virginia girl, being that Norfolk girl, not really knowing where I was going, but being very proud of where I came from. So this song is called Somewhere in the Tide, and this is my ode to the 757. Oh, the colors in the valley brush the Shenandoah sky. An exhibition in the gallery that is massive and divine. We are tall and we are rooted like the Appalachian trees, but as the river we are powered by the pull of mighty seas. The waves are being lifted and the sand is being sifted for a treasure that is waiting to be found. If dreams are somewhere in the distance, love is somewhere within reach. Someday will be the lesson that somebody else will teach. And if there's someone on the mountaintop, somehow we'll make the climb. If there's something in the water, then I'm somewhere in the tide. Every footprint on the shoreline is a story to be heard. All the grain and all the gravel could account for every word. In a land that is for lovers, there is room for every kind, every voice, every heart, every soul, and every mind. The waves are being lifted and the sand is being sifted for a treasure that is waiting to be found. If dreams are somewhere in the distance, love is somewhere within reach. Someday will be the lesson that somebody else will teach. And if there's someone on the mountaintop, somehow we'll make the climb. If there's something in the water, then I'm somewhere in the tide. What is happening? Can you feel the gravity? A rising tide is lifting all the boats. If dreams are somewhere in the distance, love is somewhere within reach. Someday will be the lesson that somebody else will teach. If there's someone on the mountaintop, somehow we'll make the climb. If there's something in the water, then I'm somewhere in the tide. Thank you. All right, time for our first drawing. All right, shake it up, shake it up. All 7 names. Okay. And our winner is Brandy. So take your pick. All right. Of all the things. Now, Mr. Goodman, I was going to try to run this one by you. Okay? Because I'm like, are we live? Is it, we got to go for it. Is this a safe space? Okay. Okay. I had to pull this one off the shelf and dust it off a little bit because I wrote it inspired by a moment when I was teaching. This class, student says, hey, I need to go get a drink from the water fountain, okay? The water fountain is right outside my door. So I say, sure. She gets up, she goes for this drink, and she takes a while. So I'm wondering what the dilemma is. Is the water fountain broken? What's the problem? Peep my head outside, and she is coming from all the way down the end of the hallway where there was no water fountain. And so, of course, I address. And, of course, what she does is she denies. I said, what were you doing? I wasn't doing anything. I was getting water. And suddenly just this back and forth starts going. And I'm like, let's breathe a little bit. And so I'm sure there has been plenty of times throughout the school year, where every now and then you just got to remind them, I'm from around here. Let's not misunderstand. You try to maintain the professionalism and the patience, and it's just like every now and then they just go pushing those little buttons, and you're like, do you really want to find out? And so, as I'm not the one. And so, as I teach kids now with artistic instruction, I show them how to write song, how to take, emotional components and funnel them into a song. So no child was hurt in this process. I took that little back and forth and all of those little moments that I've had every now and then with my students, and I channeled it into an art. And so this song came about that I don't think I've ever performed. This is called Peace in My Mind. And if you want to sing along, I don't know, it's a little small in here, but the hook is very easy. I'll give you a piece of my mind. Okay? So, all right, this is between us, just to let that out, just a little bit, See if I can remember it. That was like 10 years ago, I don't know. Your mouth is a river. You just keep running wild. Every rock is a question that you keep going round. I see the light in the distance. We almost made it alive, but your foolish persistence will keep us in this fight. Oh, my lady, you drive me crazy with your games. Listen, mister, no disrespect, but you're insane to think I'd back away. I'll give you a piece of my mind. Hey, I'll give you a piece of my mind. Hey, I'll give you a piece of my mind in sweet time. Like a train that's in motion, you toot your horn and you shout. All that smoke and commotion, but I still found you out. Who do you think this is? Why you being so reckless? You don't hear what I say. Making all these excuses, but you can't talk me away. No. Oh, my lady, you drive me crazy with your games. Listen, mister, no disrespect, but you're insane to think I'd back away. I'll give you a piece of my mind. Hey, I'll give you a piece of my mind. Hey, I'll give you a piece of my mind in sweet time. Quit your talking back with your sassy trash. I'm just showing class before I'm throwing glass. Get your stink behind, get it back in line at the drop of a dime. I'll give you a piece of my mind. Said I'll give you a piece of my mind. Hey, I'll give you a piece of my mind in sweet time. Yeah, I'll give you a In sweet time, in sweet time. You gotta let it out somehow, every now and then. Woo! You felt it. I know y'all felt it. Come on now. I know we felt it. My friend, I'm sure you guys might know Sharon Davidson Cook. You might be familiar with her. She taught at Booker T. Her and I were English teachers, or she was an English teacher while I was at Booker T. And she'll send me these videos about, people will do these memes about how students are acting. There was one where the student said, I don't know why this teacher is always picking on me. Like, I don't do anything. And then next thing you know, you see them like flopping on the table somewhere. And it's always just that kid that's just like over dramatic. And I'm like, I don't think it's me. I don't think it's me, honey. Oh, but this next one is just a little message to remind you to be very intentional about joy. Be very intentional about good things. Be very intentional about doing things that make you happy. Because when the bills need paying and the car needs, there's a flat tire somewhere, there's always something going on. And I feel like as teachers, I don't think the world really realizes how much emotional burden we carry for our explorers too, our little ones too. There's more than just the math problems and the papers. It's the mentorship. It's the emotional navigation for people who are still figuring themselves out. And I don't think folks really understand all that comes with that. And I think they do, because that's why y'all ain't signing up to be teachers. I don't think people really understand the weight of that. And so for me, my husband told me when I was teaching for a while, I was coming home, I was a little cranky. I'll be home, I'll be tired, because I'll leave myself on the floor when I taught. Like, I'm high energy. You can tell how loud I am right now. But I get in there and I just want to give 100%. So by the time I get home, I'd be exhausted. And we had to be intentional. One of the things we love to do, of course, is when we sit down and have dinner, TV, phones, all the things are off, and we will play old school music for the kiddos, right? Put an old record on and just listen to those messages and that spirit and that vibe from back in the day, And it's those little things that we added to. And so this was inspired by being stuck on the other side of the water, and we had to get dinner. It was 2021, so we couldn't go in a restaurant, so we had to sit in the car. And I was like, we started talking about Nina Simone, my husband and I. And my daughter said, Mommy, who's Nina Simone? I was like, oh, it's dinner time, so bloop, we'll plug the phone in. And we sat there listening to Nina Simone. And so this is dinner, sunset, Nina Simone. Sunsets are one of my favorite things in the world. Sitting down, breaking bread, listen to music, light that candle, get that massage, buy that outfit, girl. Do it. Do the things that make you happy. This is dinner, sunset, Nina Simone. Car needed fixing, and so did my smile. Since the last time we kicked it, oh, it's been a while. We needed to change up our rhythm and tone, so we ordered dinner, sunset, Nina Simone. Moments of sadness, the world has its share. But look up, my darling, there's hope in the air. So turn off the TV and put down the phone. It's time for dinner, sunset, Nina Simone. desires and you have your needs. There's a mortgage to pay and children to feed. You don't have to carry these burdens alone. No, no, no. Let's talk over dinner, Sunset and Nina Simone. Problems to solve and measures to take. Critics gonna cry and haters gonna hate. But it doesn't faze us, oh my, how we've grown. We own that dinner, Sunset and Nina Simone. We own that dinner, Sunset and Nina Simone. We own that dinner, Sunset and Nina Simone. We got. Perfect. Okay. Whenever, yeah, if you want to grab something. Okay. Well, we got one more song, so it's all good. So this song is dedicated to summer finally coming around. When is the last day of school? What is it? June 10th. They got to memorize that. So this is dedicated to summer finally getting here and having some. Do we have vacay plans? What are the plans for vacation? Recover. España? Oh, yay. I'm going to Portugal. So we're going to be good. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Portugal, recovering locally, too. Don't forget, we got some fun places in the area. I recently got a residency with a beautiful waterfront home in Reedville, Virginia. That's in the Northern Neck. And they have a big heart. Instead of just being another Airbnb, they definitely really want to engage with community and stuff. And she wants to focus and prioritize caretakers, teachers, etc. And so one thing that I definitely love are daycations, right? Where sometimes you don't really have to get on a plane and do all the things. Sometimes it's just 1 or 2 hours around the corner. So shout out to the Gift House for prioritizing, right, teachers and those who do service. And so if you want to learn more about that, I'll be glad to tell you that. But sometimes all you need is just recovery. Just take me somewhere else where I can relax. So this song is called Girl Trip. And of course, fellas, you guys already know this is y'all's favorite song. I'm going to be honest with you. Every time I perform my CD, I hear the guys in the parking lot, Girl Trip. So this is y'all's favorite song. But this is all about how we all have that friend or group of friends. It doesn't matter how long you've been apart. As soon as you get together, you're in for some really good trouble. That's always nice. And so, since it's our last song, it's going to require a little bit of participation, if you don't mind. I know it's been a long day, but you know. If your voice is still there after talking to these kids all day, give me a little yeah, okay? So, yeah, so it's very easy. I'm going to say yeah, you say yeah, I say yeah. A little call and response. And then you got to jump in on Girl Trip. It's time for another girl trip. Exactly. You know it. Ready? Yeah, say yeah. Say yeah. It's time for another girl trip. Yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. It's time for another girl. Ooh, you missed it. It's I caught you. It's time for another. Yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. It's time for another girl trip. Yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. It's time for another girl trip. Yes, it's about that time. I'm ready to clear my mind, braid my hair. I'll be packing light, bikini and a bottle of wine. Yes, gonna call my friends a Molotov cocktail special blend. Sisters hellbound to knowing. Ladies, let the fun begin. Get your tickets, time to fly. Leave behind that 9 to 5. Pop the drinks and let's get lit. It's time for another girl trip. Book the rooms at the hotel. Set aside some cash for bail. Bad behavior, let it rip. It's time for another girl trip. Yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. It's time for another girl trip. Yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. It's time for another girl trip. First, we always need the mama to keep us together and control the drama. Wisdom and grace like Michelle Obama. You know she's gonna be on you. Next, we're gonna need the baddie, pushing the limits, embarrassing daddy, teaching us all how to bounce the fatty. I just hope we're ready. Get your tickets, time to fly. Leave behind that 9 to 5. Pour the drinks and let's get lit. It's time for another girl trip. Book the rooms at the hotel. Set aside some cash for bail. Bad behavior, let it rip. It's time for another girl trip. Yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. It's time for another girl trip. Yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. It's time for another girl trip. Last but certainly not least, the friend who's always got a drink. Her kind of party's never over, at least until she's sober. We're losing our composure, drowning in the oasis. Name a better place than this. Get your tickets, time to fly. Leave behind that 9 to 5. Pop the drinks and let's get lit. It's time for another girl trip. Book the rooms at the hotel. Set aside some cash for bail. Bad behavior, let it rip. It's time for another. Get your tickets, time to fly. Leave behind that 9 to 5. Pop the drinks, let's get lit. It's time for another girl trip. Book the rooms at the hotel. Set aside some cash for bail. Bad behavior, let it rip. It's time for another girl trip. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, say yeah, yeah, say yeah, yeah, say yeah, yeah. It's time for another girl trip. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, say yeah, yeah, say yeah, yeah, say yeah, yeah. It's time for another girl's trip. Yes, it's about that time. I'm ready to clear my mind, braid my hair. I'll be packing light, bikini and a bottle of wine. Give yourselves a round of applause.